Hello everyone, my name is Michaela Norris and this is my Be the Expert project presentation for Edit 8100. The topic that I chose is constructivism and technology integration. And then here's just a little overview about the presentation. First I'll give an introduction, just a little bit about the topic, a timeline to do with the topic that I chose, the research articles that were chosen, and then a little bit about the research process and why I chose the topic that I did. Then I'll go into some topic themes, prior knowledge, flexibility, diverse learning styles and needs, collaboration, and active learning. And at the end, I'll kind of summarize, sum it all up, and kind of tell you what's next, what should you do with this information. So here's the introduction. The topic that I chose is constructivism and technology integration. So just a little bit about constructivism. It's learning that is constructed through meaningful real-world experiences. And as you can see with the image here, is just some elements of constructivism. Student culture, student experience and background, which is really big for constructivism. Active engagement, their student perspective, is student constructed or centered, and then it has to do with problem solving. And then with all of this, having that technology integration piece to supplement that. So some benefits of technology integration: enhanced engagement, inclusion, accessibility, improved assessment and feedback, having that creativity and critical thinking piece, having a personalized learning plan in place, and then an increased access to information and resources. So all of these things kind of tie together to become one big topic. Here's kind of a little bit of a timeline of constructivism. Starting in the 1980s, really later 1980s, 1990s, when this came about with Jean Piaget. And then also it kind of gives you an idea of some technologies that were implemented also during that time, like the internet, interactive multimedia. So all these things kind of happen at the same time and were able to be integrated together to create this technology integration with the idea of the constructivism approach to teaching and learning. So a little bit about the research articles that I chose. The first one, Teachers' Use of Technology and Constructivism. Some highlights of this article: it talked about flexibility within the classroom, and then internet and software tools providing that flexibility. So just having more options, more opportunities for the students, and that goes in with constructivism, but also having that technology to provide that flexibility. The second article I chose was Use of Technology and the Constructive Approach. This one talked a lot about activating prior knowledge and having those technologies tools as those activators, whether it be the images, the videos, for that modes of technology as that activator to activate the students' prior knowledge. And it also talked about those technology tools becoming modes for permanent learning. So taking what they learned and able to use it in the future. The third article, Implication of Learning Theories for Effective Technology Integration and Pre-Service Teacher Training. This was a critical literature review. This one talked a lot about knowing what the student's knowledge is and their learner profile. So just knowing your students. And then in that, having diverse learning needs. So like knowing your students and knowing that there is diverse learning needs and styles within your classroom. And then having technology to support that, to be able to differentiate and meet those diverse needs. Using technology as a support, not as instruction, but as a support to meet those needs. The next article was Constructivism Meets Technology Integration. It talked a little bit about technology guidelines in an elementary social studies methods course. But kind of the highlights that I pulled from that: learning is student-centered with teacher as the guide or the facilitator. So the learning takes place with the students. The students are taking responsibility for their learning. So the focus is on the students, not the instructor or the teacher. And then it also went into a positive learning environment. So having the students engage with these technology tools to create that positive learning environment and that engagement piece of constructivism. The next article, Constructing on Constructivism, the Role of Technology. This one talked a lot about collaboration and cooperative learning, and then having that technology piece, allowing them to share materials and files to create that collaborative learning or that cooperative learning. In the last article, using technology tools to engage students with multiple learning styles in a constructivist learning environment. This one talked a lot about active learning, using technology to find purpose for their learning. And then active learning is just really creating a lifelong learner. How can they find purpose in it to use it in the future and have engagement enough to continue the learning process and be active within it. So then a little bit about the research process and why I chose the topic that I did. I selected these 6 articles due to their connection with constructivism, but also having that technology integration piece in there. A lot of them talked about the elements of constructivism, but also how technology was able to support those elements. Many of the things are present in multiple articles, so it proved the evidence to be true by multiple researchers. The articles provided ways that technology integration has supported the constructive approach to teaching and learning. I found new ideas to highlight in each of the articles to bring the topic together. And then why I chose this topic was due to the constructivist approach in my own classroom. I kind of have that same approach to teaching and learning in my classroom, and I also teach technology. So there's lots of technology integration that happens in my classroom with that constructive approach to teaching and learning. So here's a few of the topic themes. I've kind of already highlighted some of them, but just kind of go in further depth and pull out some quotes from those research articles. So the first, one of the things that I pulled out was prior knowledge. Constructivism is based on the idea of prior knowledge, being able to activate that and continue to learn from that. So the learner must have that prior knowledge activated within that constructivist approach. Technology now plays a huge role in activating prior knowledge with the use of video, audio recordings, images. All of these things can be used as activators to get that prior knowledge going before new knowledge is introduced. Technology makes it easier to access these sources of information, and accessing this information when they need provides a ground for more permanent learning. So it not only turns that knowledge they've got now, but it also helps them in the future. The next theme that I talked about was flexibility. This is also another component of the constructivist approach. The learning that is captured within a constructive environment is pictured as student-centered, collaborative, menacing, authentic, and action-packed. So it's a lot to do with that student-centered idea and those learning principles, and I have those over here on the image to the right, is all those student-centered learning principles of what should be happening in the classroom when it's student-centered. The teacher's role is the facilitator only, as the students take responsibility for their own learning by using what they know to explore deeper into a certain concept. The use of technology supports this by creating that flexibility in the classroom, giving the students the opportunity to engage in meaningful activities such as problem-based learning projects, browsing the internet in search of information, or the preparation of presentation assignments where software and hardware become tools used by the students. The next theme, diverse learning styles and needs. This is also an element of constructivism, knowing your students, what they know, and with this comes the idea of having those different and diverse learning needs and styles within that group of students in your classroom. So any teacher knows that once they have that learner profile, they know their students, there's multiple needs and styles of learning within that room. So technology allows us to better serve these diverse learning styles of the students and educate them with a wide range of intelligence. So just giving them multiple opportunities. Technology is used as a scaffold to support differentiated learning in the constructivist approach. So again, it's not used for instruction, but it's used as a support for the instruction that's being given to scaffold the students and help them along the way. The next theme is collaboration, which also has a root in constructivism. The integration of technology within these classrooms allows the students to have a wide range of collaborative discussions and opens the doors for many more learning opportunities as they share their ideas and gather together with their peers. Technological tools enables individuals that work in cooperation with each other to share the materials and files they created without any limitations in time and place. So again, that technology tool allows them to collaborate. Maybe they're not in the same place, maybe they are, but it allows them to collaborate together. And then the final theme is active learning. That also plays a role in the constructive approach to learning and teaching. In active learning, the students should be able to use their prior knowledge, build upon it, and then construct new knowledge that can be applied in multiple settings. So again, not only able to use that prior knowledge, but able to build upon it, construct the new knowledge, and then use it for the future. So using the 4 modes of concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation, technology tools can be successfully integrated to support students' construction of knowledge. So being able to integrate these technology tools to be able to support the learners as they are learning in the future. So kind of a little bit of summary of what's next, what should we do with this information. Overall, technology is able to support each theme within the constructive approach to teaching and learning. With technology, the instruction and the learning becomes much easier and more effective for all stakeholders. And the integration of technology within a constructivist classroom allows the students to activate their prior knowledge by engaging in active learning and collaborating with peers, which provides a diverse and flexible learning environment. So as educators, what should we do with this information is creating this classroom with a constructivist approach to be able for students to activate their prior knowledge with those technology tools, be active within their learning, use it in the future, collaborate with their peers, create that diverse learning environment with multiple opportunities, and all these things can be integrated in the classroom with technology as a support. And then the references from the research articles are listed here.